Hello, welcome. It's time for tea. In Time for Tea, we teach, we talk, we travel, and don't forget the most important part, we do sip some tea this time around. Time for Tea looks at rare situations of everyday life, historical facts, developmental issues that need to be brought to light. So today's tea is teaching. Teaching the background of the National Pledge of Sierra Leone that involves one of Sierra Leone's father of civic education. And today's scripture is taken from Romans 13 verse 7 from the New International Version that says, "Give to everyone what you owe them. If you owe taxes, pay taxes. If revenue, then revenue. If respect, then respect. If honor, then honor." For starters, I'll mention about Sierra Leone's national anthem, which was written by the late Clifford Nelson File and composed by the now late John Akar. And it was adopted as the national anthem in 1961 when the country became independent, replacing God Save the Queen. In 1991, the Constitution of Sierra Leone makes it responsible for every citizen of Sierra Leone to respect its ideals and institutions, including the national anthem. But interestingly, the pledge is recited and sung, but the author and composer are unknown. As Romans 13:7 rightly says, "Give respect, honor to whom it is due." Do this for me. Go on Google or any search engine and type in who wrote the Sierra Leone National Pledge. You see, when there are gaps in history, then misinformation fills in all the blanks. Did you get the answer from your search yet? Great. Now to the National Pledge. To talk about the pledge, it means first sharing a little background about its author, a man I describe as one of the fathers of Sierra Leone's civic education, Mr. Edward Babatunde Blyden, now deceased, or as commonly known, Babatunde Blyden. In the early 80s and 90s, Babatunde was famous for his popular Coke House kiosk at Beach Road, Lumley in Freetown, Sierra Leone. How many of you remember it? It was right at the curve. And of course, that Coke House was famous, especially during the holidays. To know him is to know about him and his role in civic education, not only in Sierra Leone, but across borders and continents. Being myself a former protege under the Sierra Leone United Nations Students Association, SLUNSA for short, I'll share some excerpts of a tribute to him from the alumni of that organization. And the title is Patriot, Pan-African, and Internationalist. We will remember him as a patriot, Pan-African, and internationalist who encouraged us to work together to enrich our lives and those around us, and to be fine citizens of Sierra Leone, Africa, and the world. The majority of us got to know Mr. Blyden as rising senior secondary school and college students who were members of the Sierra Leone United Nations Students Association in the 1970s and the 1980s. As the chairman of the Sierra Leone United Nations Association, SLUNA, Mr. Blyden devoted considerable energy and resources in supporting teachers and students to build SLUNSA branches all across the country. While he inculcated in SLUNSA members a spirit of independence and self-help, encouraging that we pay our dues and undertake fundraising activities, he was a generous sponsor. He frequently provided the first donations and matched funds we raised. His business premises, first at Charlotte Street and then at Kissy Road, generously hosted SLUNSA regional and national executive headquarters for nearly a decade. By the 1980s, SLUNSA was one of the largest and well-known student and youth organizations in Sierra Leone. No tribute can fully capture Mr. Blyden's wide-ranging impact on what now seems like the honeycomb days of our youth. Nonetheless, in Sierra Leone and in all the far reaches of the world where former SLUNSA members now reside, we rise to acknowledge his labors, to salute his achievements, to honor life and legacy. While Mr. Blyden was Freetown's commissioner at the National Commission for Democracy and Human Rights from 1994 to 1997, a period when Sierra Leone was transitioning to democracy, he wrote the National Pledge for Sierra Leone. I believe it was in 1995. The musical score, by the way, was done by the now late Samuel Campbell, who was then principal at the Milton Magai School for the Blind, also in Sierra Leone. Mr. Babatunde Blyden authored a couple of short rites. One was the role of civil-military collaboration as a means to end the rebel war in Sierra Leone in 1995. And just prior to that, he did the Manual for Civic Education in Sierra Leone in 1994. Now, here is the pledge, the National Pledge, being played on the trumpet by 8-year-old Diamond in the Raw, Derica Atera Roberts in Freetown, Sierra Leone. That was Derica Atera Roberts, our Diamond in the Raw. You know, I featured her a few weeks ago on the Kiddies Special. Yes, that's the way we discovered Derica. You're watching Time for Tea on the Vandy Christian Network YouTube channel with me, your host, Olive. We just watched Derica Atera Roberts playing the National Pledge, which I did find on YouTube channel. when I was looking for the National Pledge. Thank you very much to Derica and with the permission of her dad to have that played on the Vandy Christian Network today. I do recall at the Mieta Conference Center during the NCDHR's National Conference, I was so moved and inspired to write a poem that I gave full copyrights to the NCDHR. And it reads, "There is a land that I know, and it's not NB down below. But here where I stand, oh, what a beautiful strand. It's so green, the color of the trees. White, our brazen sand. Blue, the color of the sea. That's what it is, the land of the free. My own Sierra Leone."
Due to special request and popular demand, the champ and king must come. Back again with the remix. We come on a salon.
We come to England, oh yeah,
But we not run away.
we come for better.
We people that want for see waiting we they do.
We people them want to know what thing we they say. Come on. Oh, we let we salon. Oh now, yeah yeah. Oh, we let we salon.
We get we fine beach.
We get with sunshine. Ah,
We get fine bubble them.
whoa now. We get fine TT them. Whoa now.
We get we diamond, bauxite and kimberlite. Better day. Now for that make we tell you say.
Oh, we let we salon. Oh, we let we salon.
Mama Salon we like you.
The Portuguese man say the mountain and feed a lion. Ah, and we don't see say salon and strong like iron. And if we try for labor, we go reap the benefit. So many people them una join me can make we say. Oh, we let we salon, 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 and we let we salon. Oh, we let we salon, like that day. Oh, we let we salon. Oh, we let we salon.
We sweet salon. We like you too much. We sweet salon. We like you pass mark. We sweet salon. Hey!
2 months before her transition, Babatunde Blyden's widow, Mrs. Sylvia Jolimina Blyden, shared this with us in our CDEC group. A group that Mr. Blyden established in all cemeteries, the Friends of the Dead. These were identified dropouts with no hope in society. Helped by Mr. Blake, he put the buildings up at Racecourse, Kissy Road, and Ascension Town cemeteries, which the City Council now uses as office. He set up training schemes for those forsaken youths and employed local goldsmiths, blacksmiths, carpenters, tailors, shoemakers, those who could design the Creole carpet slippers, etc. And they were all taught some form of trade. He did a feeding project and won the support of World Food Program, which saw the trainees receiving rice, oil, and condiments regularly. The feeding program became a national one, and every district received the food. It was amazing to see the transformation of those who were only focused on grave digging, cheap alcohol, and marijuana or other forms of drugs. They left the destitute stage. The Ministry of Development gave them startup money to start their trade. The rebel war reaching Freetown and Mr. Blyden's escape to the UK to seek refuge unfortunately ended it all. The end of quote. But you know what? No hope lost. Someone is sure to pick up the trail and continue. Well, I hope I was able to fill in the blanks in history on our beautiful national pledge and giving respect to whom it is due. That's the essence of Time for Tea. Sharing God's love and increasing our knowledge through the missing facts. Thank you for watching and listening in. Do share this program. And if you have not yet done so, click on the subscribe button and subscribe to the Vandy Christian Network's YouTube channel so you won't miss out on these great programs. Thanks and appreciation to all the contributors to this program, my technical team, and the VCN for making it possible. To bring down the curtain today on today's edition of Time for Tea, I wish to share a very inspirational story of a young lady which has gone viral and who, in spite of all of her personal struggles, especially battling with cancer in various parts of her body, she still finds the courage to say, "It's okay." Her musical name is Nightbird. Jane Marchewski. She received the Golden Buzzer on this year's America's Got Talent, but unfortunately had to withdraw as she is focused on fighting back the stubborn cancer. Take time to Google and listen to her story if you have not yet heard of it. It's a true testimony of faith. Whatever the situation you're faced with, it's okay. For Christ is always there for you, even if you ignore him. He loves you as much as he loves me. Nightbird, thank you for being such an inspiration. Today's inspirational quote is from her. You can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy. Remember that. Until next time, stay as evergreen as an evergreen olive. Here is Nightbird, Jane Marchewski. Have a good day.
I moved to California in the summertime. I changed my name thinking that it would change my mind. I thought that all my problems, they would stay behind. I was a stick of dynamite and it just was a matter of time. Oh dang, oh my, now I can't hide. Said I knew myself, but I guess I lied. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. I wrote 100 pages, but I burned them all. Yeah, I burned them all. I blow through yellow lights and don't look back at all. I don't look back at all. Yeah, you can call me reckless, I'm a cannonball. I'm a cannonball. Don't know why I take the tightrope and cry when I fall. Oh dang, oh my, now I can't hide. Said I knew what I wanted, but I guess I lied. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. It's alright. Oh, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. Oh, it's alright. Oh, it's alright. It's alright. Oh, it's alright to be lost sometimes. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Yeah. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright.
Hello, I am Pastor David Vandy, the founder of the Vandy Christian Network. VCN, the Vandy Christian Network, has a vision to bring the gospel truth to all via the internet, the radio, and television, with a focus on social values, faith, restoration, health, and understanding the Bible in the simplest possible way.
The concept of faith, that even nothing happens, you still trust God.
VCN has a 24-hour radio emission featuring gospel artists from across the continent. Their YouTube are specially designed programs for all audience size, age, and type. The Encounter, The Word, Time for Tea, Cheche Pole, A Walk Through the Scriptures, Kiddie Street, just to name a few. So, I want you to be a part of this happy family. Join VCN, or Vandy Christian Network, on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. VCN is your go-to channel.